I don't think there is any song that could be more on par with Out of Control. I don't think there's any song that could be on par with Finessin' lyrically. Because if we're going to talk about hype songs, there's not that many hype songs on this album. I am not going to lie. Everything is melodic. Nothing is boring to me. But strictly rap, no crazy singing, no bull. We get down to the lyrical business. I don't think there is any song that has been in creative development hell. I don't think there is any other song that has been in the gulag for as long as this song has. Why do I say it's on par with Finessin'? Because Finessin' has had over 5 different recordings over time. There has been over 5 different versions, different edits. I've had to update that song. How many times? You got to keep in mind, I released that song in 2017. So I wasn't satisfied with the first. I believe the first is still on platforms, that original version. So I am in the studio with Gabe, and we are recording Killjoy. This is 2022. This is March. It's either... No, I think it was January. We had already recorded the song the first time ages ago at his first place. And then years down the road, I don't know what happened. I think the files were lost. Either way, it did not matter because my voice had already significantly changed. By that time, I believe it was the second. This was the second recording of Killjoy. And again, this was the same result. New place, files were probably lost. I have no idea. So at that point, I don't know how many times I could do Killjoy. I felt like I squeezed the life out of the song. Quite frankly, I thought it was getting bland, right? Because after a while, I didn't know what else I could do with the song, creative-wise, because, what knowledge did I have to elevate this thing? There came a point in time where I was ready to get rid of the song and take it off the album. And so I think this is either the third or the fourth time, but whichever time it was, this was the final time that I recorded Killjoy, and I recorded that one at his place right now. That version, no files were lost. But that version somehow was not my best work. I'm not even gonna lie. Because this came after Do You a Favor from 2021, and I felt like that song too wasn't my best work. I had just been lacking 2020 to 2021. I don't know what happened. It did not matter who I was working with, because I went to a couple of other places. And my creative process was just straight up garbage. All right. So inevitably, I once again hold off on the song. I once again don't even bother. And I'm just like, I mean, what am I gonna do with this thing? Do I still want to put this out on the album? Don't get me wrong, it's a good song, but like, out of all these songs on the album, I could actually get rid of this. And so that's what I was about to do. Because there were features that were supposed to be on this album. And out of all the features, at the end of the day, for the official track list, I just decided that I would be by myself. Because at that point, I had figured it out. I had gotten a better creative process. And I felt like I could kill it on my own. But for the longest time, I was hoping that a feature on the song would be a good decision to cover up the fact that I was not in the creative mindset, that I was too lazy to write a third verse, that I could barely finish the song. And so for years, I was trying to get Jerry Vegas, Gerardo. I was trying to get Rare God. I was trying to get him on the album, and things happened, but he's still on the intro. Not in Killjoy though. And this is when I strongly considered, okay, maybe we're going to release a song, but we're going to cut out the third verse, we're going to cut out the third section of the song, because let's face it, Brandon, you're not going to write a third verse. You write a third verse, it's going to be garbage. But then I was like, nah, it just feels wrong. So I'm trying to, I'm scrambling. I'm trying to figure out who's going to rap on this joint. Because, people were calling the beat corny. They thought it was goofy. I mean, they were probably right. But then, like I did with Familiar Strangers, I'm like, big brain energy. Why not have the person that you've been working with for the longest time be the third verse feature? So Gabe tries to rap on the beat, and it just was not working. He couldn't rap on it. It was not his thing. And that's how it was with a lot of people. So I'm like, we're in gulag. Because I'm like, what are we going to do? Maybe I do have to get rid of the third verse. I'm going back and forth, back and forth. Here we are 10 minutes in this video, and I'm still talking about how I couldn't finish the song. Apparently, I can't finish this video either. But I just broke the fourth wall. Character development. Character development. I fix the problems I feel like in turmoil, heading into this optimistic direction. Now, there's nothing bad about Killjoy, right? It's not no sad moments. It's not depression. We're good. Nothing dark. But it is one of those moments, because I talked about this in Heartbeat, the title track. I said that different faces, different people, they won't split up. And if you meet one, do not hesitate to kill them off. Do not hesitate to end the version of me that you find that you do not like. Killjoy is one of those versions of me that I feel like ruin every single good moment. Killjoy is exactly what it sounds like. I turn into this Killjoy for a split second, and this is one of the sides of me that I feel like needed to be gone by the end of this album. But Killjoy is that song. What comes after Killjoy? Finessing. That is another side of me, a more cocky version, a more boastful, braggadocious, a more arrogant and fired up side of me that is only worried about destroying the competition. What competition, bro? What are we competing for? Nothing. But here it is in my head, polluted, that I got this competition, that I have to compete with people, when that's not the case. Oh, back to Killjoy. We were on Finessing. Sorry to burst the bubble, but this is what I'm talking about. Fourth wall. We're just gonna get wild in this song. So, not Gerardo, not Gabe. Who could it be? There had been a feature. There had been a collab so long awaited that when it finally happened, I could not believe my eyes. And you could not believe your ears. Nobody thought that it would happen. But it did. I don't care what nobody says. We actually did a collab though. That was cool. Can't tell me otherwise. Regardless, that was cool. Because what are the odds, right? The goofiest thing that anybody could do in those high school days is try to pit another artist against another. For some reason, they want to see competition. It's like, for a song called Killjoy, anybody who's ever known me knows that I've never been problematic. I've never been fishing for a problem. And I wanted to collab with every single artist in Manassas, every single artist at my school, every single artist in the DMV. You know, as long as they wanted to work with me. There's two sides to it, obviously. But, so the mystery feature and collab is Rise. We collabed, finally, the longest waited collab of all time. Two people, peak. Two people actually, I would say prime. Absolutely killing the game right now. Just creative minds, putting out music, passionate as I don't know what. And still didn't go with his feature on the official album track list. Why is that? I don't know. I feel like I have to think about that. I feel like there are reasons that I'm just not thinking of right now. But what I do know is that I wanted a third verse. I wanted to redeem myself after so many years of being lazy, so many years of being in this creative dump where I could not write a third verse to save my life. And here I am, 2022, album getting ready to release, and I have wrote that third verse. That third verse, granted, was molded from the inspiration. Molded from the inspiration. It was inspired by all the features that did not happen. Well, they did happen. They weren't on the album. It was inspired by those features. And I turned it into my thing. There's nothing deep about the song. I ain't gonna lie. When it came to this song, I did not want to be a Killjoy. I did not want to put out 1% of what could be my full effort. I wanted to give my 100% regardless. I wanted to make sure that I tried. I wanted to make sure that you're getting the best possible version of the song, the best quality version of the song, the best creative version of the song. And I finally accomplished it. After years of the disrespect of this song that I had been giving, after so long trying to treat this song as some middle child. Everybody hates Killjoy. Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Killjoy. They don't like a Killjoy because the Killjoy ruins the fun. I must be fun at parties. I'm not. Out of Control proves that. After the many versions of the song, I pulled from each recording, all the way from the first, all the way till now. That second one, where I was at a second place. The second chorus had a bit of rasp, a bit of growl. Ooh, I'm having fun. Ooh, I'm having fun. But hurt my vocal cords. That was in the original recording of that song, the second one. Ish. That was one of the recorded versions that was lost. Or at least, I don't know where they are. But I put that in the final. Because that was one of the good things. Then the final version with Gabe, the one I recorded in January, there was a part in the final chorus that I thought, hey, this is catchy. I need to keep this, and I need to put this in the final version. I'm not about to sing it. You got me messed up. But it is that very high-pitched harmony at the end of the song. It is the final note, I believe. And it just sounded so catchy. For what reason? For what? For what? I don't know. I would have been a Killjoy if I left that out. Here it is though, right? The final week of edits for this album, and out of nowhere, on my way to the studio, I open up my phone. Boom. I got an idea. I got a voice memo. And I'm telling Lorenzo, I'm like, hey, some people like to be obnoxious with their revisions. Me, on the other hand, every time I come back, my revision is going to elevate the song somehow. I'm not there for funsies. I am not there to tweak little syllables, little words. We're not doing that. I am there to somehow change the song in a way that's going to, like I said, elevate it. And that's exactly what I did. I created this humming because, keep in mind, I talk about this in pulse checking. Every song on the album has a hidden humming melody that you have to find. Killjoy didn't have one. What's it need a humming melody for? It is a hype song. But I created one at the very last second. And somehow, this is what made the song the best possible version. I mean, the song is catchy now. Catchier than ever. We're putting in the humming vocals, and Lorenzo does something. Might have been a mistake, but that's the cool thing about being in the studio. When things like that happen, sometimes it can be magical. He pitches up. Now this is basic in on paper, right? From a technical standpoint. He accidentally pitches up the humming. And it turns into this annoying, bratty, childlike, petty, just overall irritating humming that was so perfect for Killjoy. And now I'm hoping that it is stuck in everybody's head when they hear it. Goes a little something like da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's too good. It's too good. It's too good. I promise. I promise. It's gonna go crazy. Oh, you thought I could leave this out, though. You thought I could leave this out. Somewhere down the line, Gabe, you will be watching this video. You jokingly said that rather than waiting for the intro from what we had recorded in that final version at your place, that I should go make a new intro with Lorenzo. And I was like, damn, I don't want to do that. I want to keep the original version that we made. I wanted to put that on the final version of Killjoy. And so months later, I didn't get the intro. But you want to know why? You know how they say, he has a plan. He has a plan for me. That's what they say. I think that's what they say. Something like that. Right? And that plan was to never get the intro, so I could in fact do what you said and re-record and recreate the intro with Lorenzo. But you were there. You recorded the intro with me. So not only did I take that advice and record it there? But then the timing was exquisite. It was magnifico. You were there, he was there, I was there, and we all created this intro, this newly updated version. It's like a couple months later, it's not that long. We create this current version of the intro, the final version of the intro, the missing piece to the album. That jump was crazy. You know what I felt like? I felt like that version we did had much more energy. I don't know why. But it's like, I felt like we both were like really putting our acting skills together. Like that was some professional shit. That was crazy. Yeah. After all this talking, I still have not gotten to the point